morning, I'm Amit Pakarel and let's begin with the top stories of this hour. Cabinet appoints Sarvendra Khanal as the new Inspector General of Nepal Police. Sarvendra Khanal appointed IGP of Armed Police Force. Kathmandu metropolis turns synonymous to disorder and mismanagement. Public largely deprived of all basic facilities to their daily plight. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg tells US senators his company is in constant battle with Russian operators seeking to exploit the social network. And AS Roma knocks off Barcelona and Liverpool defeats Manchester City to reach the semi-finals of Champions League. Let's begin with the national political updates. The Cabinet has appointed Sarvendra Khanal to the post of Inspector General of Nepal Police and Sailendra Khanal as the IGP of Armed Police Force. The meeting of Cabinet held yesterday made such a decision. Sarvendra Khanal, who got the responsibility of the 26th Inspector General of Nepal Police, started his tenure as a police inspector earlier in 2046 BS. While leading the Metropolitan Crime Division, Khanal dealt with several cases including people involved in cases of mass fixing, frauds in electricity lines and petroleum products, among others. Likewise, Khanal came into limelight after encounter of the gangster Kumar Kaite. He was appointed as the Deputy Inspector General of Police 8 months earlier. With a win over competitors Ramesh Khanal and Puskar Karki, Sarvendra Khanal, after his appointment, will lead the police for next 23 months. Meanwhile, Sailendra Khanal, who has been appointed as the IGP of Armed Police Force, started his service in the police from 2049 BS. He was the only one from his batch to be promoted to the position of Additional Inspector General of Police in May 2016. Pusparam Kisi, who was promoted to the position of AGP after 11 months of Khanal's promotion, was also in the fray for the position. Sailendra Khanal will lead the Armed Police Force for next 4 years. All basic facilities along with adequate infrastructure are considered to be the minimal requirements that a metropolitan city should comprise. There are 6 metropolises, 11 sub-metropolises and 276 municipalities across the country. Among them, Kathmandu Metropolitan City is the oldest with more facilities and resources compared to other parts of the country. However, the city does not even qualify as a municipality, let alone as a metropolis, if its infrastructures and basic public facilities are taken into account. Daily supply of clean drinking water, electricity, proper roads, pavements and traffic lights along with well-managed sewage system are the minimal facilities that should normally be available in a metropolitan city. Nonetheless, despite being named a metropolis, Kathmandu has largely remained devoid of all such aspects to the plight of the residents. As per the international standard, every family living in a metropolis should be able to have daily supply of clean drinking water to their doorstep. However, a majority of residents here have a hard time even to get the daily share of water, let alone clean drinking water. Likewise, a metropolis requires to have at least 4-lane roads, which too has failed to materialize, as a majority of roads in the metropolis are confined to 2 lanes. Pavements for pedestrians too have remained a far cry at most of the places. Even those available are significantly narrow and mismanaged. Traffic lights also are another basic requirement of a metropolis. However, daily traffic in Kathmandu is still being managed by mere manual instructions of traffic police at almost every major thoroughfare. The condition of sewage system is even more dismal. If a drainage ruptures in the middle of a major road, it goes unrepaired for weeks owing to the apathy of the Metropolitan Office. Many road sections that have recently been expanded are largely occupied by street vendors and haphazard parking. Vehicles like fire brigades and ambulances cannot even reach many places due to sorry state of roads. Another aspect leading to the plight of the Kathmandu residents is water and air pollution. The situation of public transportation is equally miserable, leading to the public's difficulty during daily commute. Besides that, other aspects like clean public spaces, proper stadium, systematic parking and entertainment have not even been on the government's priority. It's not a surprise that the residents of Kathmandu have remained significantly dismayed while being compelled to reel under a number of daily hardships. Despite being termed as a metropolis in government documents, it's obvious on the part of the public to lament of being deprived of all such minimum facilities they should have been provided with. And it's now time for a segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, what's your take on Kathmandu metropolis not having the infrastructures and facilities even at the level of a municipality? And options are A, incapable leadership, and B, lack of pressure. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A or B and send it to 8080 to share your opinion with us. As per the Constitution and Local Government Operation Act, there should be judicial committees at the local level to hear complaints and deliver justice on cases related to domestic dispute and property, among others. However, the judicial committees in Rubandehi have been rendered workless due to lack of legal awareness and working strategy. This has also caused a significant delay in sorting out cases, compelling the district residents to go without justice for years. The Local Government Operation Act has prioritized reconciliation between victims and their culprits. The local governments have been provided jurisdiction to look after comparatively trivial cases related to property or land, domestic dispute, defamation and manhandling. Based on the various jurisdictions, judicial committees are established under the coordination of the Deputy Chief of Local Government. However, victims have been unable to get justice as the committees have failed to initiate judicial benches to look after the cases other than those related to personal disputes. And in this contest, we had asked the residents of Tapa, Palpa and Nepalgans, why have the judicial committee at the local level not been effective? Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
सर्वसाधारणले यो थाहा नभएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि यो त्यति प्रभावकारी हुन नसकेको
विज्ञ अलि पढे लेखे हैन त्यो सम्बन्धी नलेज भएको भए राम्रो हुन्थ्यो
सरकारले पनि यस नियमको चाँडो व्यवस्था गर्नु पर्यो
जति न्याय गरिया छ प्रभावकारी नै छ भन्ने कुरा मलाई लाग्छ
विवादहरू भएका ठाउँका मानिसहरूले यहाँ नबुझेर पनि आइ नपुग्नु भएको
निर्वाचित भएर आउनु भएका उपप्रमुख अथवा उपाध्यक्षहरू त्यो विषयको ज्ञाता पनि नभएको
Now the international update. Facebook's CEO Mark Zuckerberg has told US senators his company is in a constant battle with Russian operators seeking to exploit the social network. Zuckerberg was answering questions in the wake of the Cambridge Analytica data collection scandal. He also revealed Robert Mueller, the special counsel investigating alleged Russian meddling in the 2016 election, had interviewed Facebook staff. Zuckerberg said he has not been among those interviewed by Mueller's office. In February, Mueller's office charged 13 Russians with interference in the 2016 election, along with 3 Russian companies. One was the Internet Research Agency, sometimes referred to as Russian Troll Farm, which the indictment said had a strategic goal to sow discord in the US political system. Zuckerberg said the company was now developing new tools to identify fake accounts. The Facebook CEO was appearing in front of a joint session of several US Senate committees after it was revealed in recent weeks that about 87 million people had their profile information accessed by marketing firm Cambridge Analytica.
Mr. Zuckerberg, would you be comfortable sharing with us the name of the hotel you stayed in last night?
No.
If you've messaged anybody this week, would you share with us the names of the people you've messaged?
Senator, no, I would probably not choose to do that publicly here.
I think that may be what this is all about. Your right to privacy.
Italian club AS Roma has knocked out Barcelona, and Liverpool has defeated Manchester City to reach the semi-finals of the Champions League. AS Roma pulled off one of the Greek Champions League comebacks by knocking Barcelona out with a remarkable 3-0 win in the quarter-final second leg last night, overcoming a 4-1 deficit from the first leg to reach the semi-finals on away goals. Roma's Costas Manolas headed the decisive third goal in the 82nd minute, putting the Italians in the last four for the first time since they reached the European Cup final in 1984. Roma forward Edin Dzeko had opened the scoring when he beat the offside trap and lashed onto a perfectly weighted through ball from Daniel De Rossi to score in the 6th minute, lifting the hopes of the boisterous home fans in the Olympic Stadium. Captain De Rossi converted a penalty in the 58th minute, but the host after Dzeko was fouled by Gerard Piqué, giving Roma a deserved second goal after Dzeko and his Czech strike partner Patrick Schick missed two clear chances each before the break. Likewise, Liverpool reached their first Champions League semi-final for 10 years after coming from behind to win at Manchester City and secure an emphatic 5-1 aggregate win. City made the perfect start as they tried to reel in a 3-0 deficit from the first leg when Raheem Sterling set up Gabriel Jesus for a cool finish after only 2 minutes, but they never recovered from a contentious incident just before half-time that saw manager Pep Guardiola sent off. In the second half, Mohamed Salah came up with an equalizer in the 56th minute for Liverpool after receiving a pass from Sadio Mane. Roberto Firmino scored a goal in the 77th minute for Liverpool, and Manchester City couldn't come back in the match. And that's all for this hour. Keep watching Kantipur TV SD for more news and entertainment. Goodbye for now.